Alrighty guys, let's learn a brand new shimmy technique that I have been loving lately. So I find this technique makes me super fast in my services. It's a very quick fanning technique. So let's get into it. First things first, which tweezers and what products am I using? I'm using our J-curved microfiber tweezer. On the inside of this tweezer tip, there's a little serrated looking edge. That's gonna help you pick up your lashes without losing any of those individual little fibers through the cracks. So for this technique, I wanna start by saying I personally really love using the ultra dark volume line. I also like the matte collection for this. I do not like the standard volume lashes for this technique. So if you're struggling and you're working with standard volume or lashes from a different lash line and you cannot get this down, I highly recommend trying the ultra dark or the matte collection that we carry here at Lost Artistry. And then lastly, with products, I recommend a fast curing glue. You definitely want it to grip really instantly so that your fan molds and you're not, again, losing lashes and losing the shape of your fan. All right, so we're gonna pick up just the way that we normally do for any other fanning technique. If you wanna create a wide stem fan with a very tiny base, consider picking up really close to that sticky strip. If you wanna create a longer base and a more narrow fan, I highly recommend picking up closer to the middle of the lash strip. All right, so now we've got our bundle of lashes. If I were using a different type of lash, I would definitely have to really squeeze that pressure and make sure there's room between each of the individual fibers at the base. So I might brush it on the side of my tray, on the side of my glue ring, on the side of the strip, whatever you have to do to make space, because you need that in order to bundle the base of your fan. You need there to be space between each of the lash fibers. But I find personally with the ultra dark lash line, that is not a concern at all. The base bundles so nicely because we've actually spaced the lashes across the strip just a little bit. There's more room for the glue to get in and around every single one of those individual fibers to have a really nice snug base. Okay, time to dip. Let me move this out of the way so we have a better contrast. Okay, I'm resting my hands, arms. I'm really working the muscle here because I have so much pressure going on. I've got my 3 fingers on my tweezer on one side, my thumbs pushing really hard on the other side. Again, always dipping vertically, and my ring is actually on the side of my finger. It's not sitting in the middle of my finger. So I have it tilted towards me. Your angles are everything. The lashes themselves are facing me. I'm looking directly at them. It's not sideways because it kind of throws off the way that the fan opens if my hands are sideways or if my body is not perfectly parallel to the lashes in the fan. All right, now I'm going to dip, and when I'm dipping, I'm gonna release just a tiny bit of my pressure as I push the base of the fan against the side of the glue well. Then if I need to morph the fan even more and open it up, I'm gonna use the divots in the ring, place the base in there and release just a little more pressure to let the fan open up naturally. And then my fan is complete. Now, if you notice that the glue has cured a little bit, just give another little dip. I know you might be thinking, well, am I allowed to double dip? As long as you know the weight of the dimension and diameter that you're using is appropriate for the natural lash health, double dipping is no problem. It only becomes a problem when you're really pushing your limits, weight-wise. All right, so let's do that again, just a little faster. Pick up, hit against the side. Now I should have mentioned as well, it's really important to fill your glue ring up so you don't have to dip really far into the well of the glue. That will make this a lot more difficult. So I've filled my glue ring up. Like, I like to really have it full, so I don't have to dip very far at all. Think about it, the further you have to dip, the less, like, you might be hitting your tweezer off the top of the glue ring, which is gonna throw off your fan because it's not glued together. So any little movements can throw off the fan big time. You have to keep your angles and your stability and pressure perfect.